Okay, welcome to another session of letting go, relax to the max, and living in the present moment. Okay, first question. Is there anybody who is absolutely new to meditation here tonight? Anyone? Everyone is an experienced meditator? Then that's good. Then I wouldn't really need to guide you along because personally speaking, when I have my own technique of meditation and I know it works for me, I really prefer to just go into my meditation technique and then just go deeper. That's all. So, but before I do that, I wish to remind all of you here that if you do have any difficulty or when you find that you are actually stagnating in your meditation, because this was what one devotee came this morning and spoke to me that, she finds that she's stagnating in her meditation. She just can't go forward. She just can't understand what's happening. So if you do have any of those kind of difficulty, maybe you can speak to any of the meditation teachers that you have a rapport with or someone you have confidence in, or even if you have the very good chance or good karma to meet with Ajahn Brahm or Ajahn Brahm one day, please approach them. Okay, because sometimes, we may be expecting something to happen, but we convince ourselves that no, I'm not expecting anything to happen, because our mind can be very deceptive. It's so subtle, the expectation that something may need to happen. Even for us monastics, sometimes, when you have good experiences, you just want to have it happen again. And as all of us know by now, that desire for something is going to be an obstruction. It's one of the 5 hindrances to really go into stillness of the mind. So if you have any difficulty in meditation, I believe that every month there's a one-day meditation retreat here on a Saturday. And if you feel that you need to talk to a meditation teacher, maybe you can come on a Saturday and talk to the teacher, because I believe that on Saturdays they do have interview times with the practitioners who are at the retreat here. Okay? All right, so 8:30, the alarm will sound. The alarm is actually the meditation bell itself, so 8:30. And if you have any questions, maybe you would like to ask now before we start our meditation for 1 hour, about 1 hour. Any questions? So if there's no question, then we shall go into it. But I wish to mention something, that I'm still suffering from the tail end of my hay fever. Sometimes this throat just starts to get scratchy and you break out into bouts of cough. If I'm too irritating, I'll just leave this room, okay? But you learn to filter it out. Okay? All right? And I hope that maybe some of you can go into very deep, still meditation. All right? But don't expect anything to happen. Relax to the max. Enjoy the moment. Don't think of the past. Don't speculate into the future. Live in the present moment. What is our present moment? Perhaps you are meditating on your in and out breath or something else. So just be focused on that present moment with full awareness, with mindfulness. Is that okay? Shall we start? Okay, right, good. Okay, I still prefer to ring this bell. It's my hand bell. Yeah, it's very nice. So, okay, we'll just start. Perhaps we have 55 minutes of meditation, okay? All right. Your own technique, whatever it is, whatever you find workable for you, please follow that. Thank you. Here we go. Just one sound. Please don't waste your energy and heat here. Rub them together. Rub over your face, your head. Get your energy going. Get your blood and chi going. Your knees, especially when you're seated on the floor. Any body ache somewhere, rub. Place it over the painful areas. Yep. Just get the energy going. Because we're sitting so still, we make use of this natural energy. Right, good.
Thank you very much, Ayya. Right. Are there any questions in the room? If they're in the room, you can just raise your hand.
Because there are certain times when you wish to speak to the meditation teacher personally, because there are certain kind of experiences which you may not wish to share openly with others. So that is actually very useful if you have a meditation interview during your day retreat, so that you can speak one-to-one to the teacher. Quite a number of people actually find it quite difficult to express what they're experiencing in public like that. So maybe due to embarrassment or something, I do not know, but sometimes your questions actually can be very helpful for others. Yeah. So if there's anyone with questions, please, you're most welcome. Yeah. No questions?
May I have a question?
Yes, please, yes.
Sorry, I might bring the microphone so people online can hear the question. Or that's okay. Or you can ask the question and I'll repeat it.
In relation to meditation, I've been contemplating, I've been exploring how to meditate in the middle of distraction. Along with distraction. For example, during day-to-day life at work, when I'm working hard, that I'm in a state of under a huge amount of work stress. How can I apply my meditation technique to handle the stress, to handle the distraction, all those distractions in my mind? Now, obviously, at work, I can't just stop everything what I'm doing and switch my mind to meditation as a way to avoid the work stress. But is it all right if I change my mindset to actively accept the fact that I'm at work, I'm under stress, but still I accept the fact, I'm aware of that fact, but to bring along my awareness on my breath to go along with that.
Okay, if I understand your question correctly, you are talking about stress at work, and you cannot switch your attention to meditation because you have to really focus on the work. And you're actually asking how you can actually change your mindset to understand that you need to work, but not to use the meditation during that time. Did I get it right? More or less? Yeah. Okay, now, this is the reason why most of us, including us monastics, we find it very difficult to live, to really be in the present moment. Be in the present moment. Whether we are working or we are sitting in a meditation or when we're contemplating all those things, most of the time, when we're working, sometimes we can actually be focused, right? But sometimes our attention span is not long. And then that's the reason why you find the stress, because you're worried maybe about certain things. You're worried that you cannot get your job in time. You're worried that maybe, the standard of your work is not going to be accepted by your superiors or whatever. There are certain kinds of worries that is adding on to what we call stress, because we expect something to happen and we are afraid that it won't happen the way we expect it. That's why we are under a lot of stress. So for me personally, from what our teachers has been teaching us, yes, the important thing is really to be in the present moment. I'm working now. I'm focusing on what I'm working now, right? I have to get this completed, but I need to really be in the present moment to know that I am going to work now. I'm not going to let my worries about whether this is going to meet the expectation of my boss or whatever it is. I'm just going to give my best. Usually this is what I do. Whatever I'm asked to do, in the past I was like you, okay? Worried about this, worried about that. If I don't do this, this will happen. If I don't do that, that will happen. So it is very stressful. Working life is very stressful, okay? It's very stressful. That's why all the more you have to learn meditation to learn how to let go and live in the present moment, not just letting go of all the worries and all these uncertainties that you expect to happen, but also to be in the present moment. Just be focusing on what you have to do, the present moment. Give it your best shot, right? Without all those worries. Because most of the time, most of us, even when we are meditating, I'm quite sure just now when you were meditating, your mind would be thinking of the past or speculating into the future or having some inner chatters, I don't know, fantasizing sometimes, going around the world traveling. This is the nature of our untrained mind. And it's very natural for us to have this mind thinking of all sorts of things because that's the nature of an untrained mind. And this is the reason why we need to practice meditation, to train the body to be still first, and then to train the mind to be still, right? So it's very normal for the untrained mind. I'm not just talking about lay people. It's us too, monastics. Sometimes when we are overworked and all those things, we tend to really sit in meditation and then the mind just go worrying about, oh, I didn't do this, or speculating into, oops, what if I do that and this will happen? Every now and then in meditation, you find all these things happening. And then that's why we are always having a tug of war during meditation. When the mind goes out to that place, you just put it back, right? So as Ajahn Brahm always tells us, you cannot will something to happen. Even in meditation, even in your work, we just have to give our best. You know our skills. We do have our skills in doing something that we employ for. We put in our best, right? So when you actually worry about certain things, you give yourself stress. When we are stressed, we can't give the best of what we know we are able to perform. So all these things adds on to one another. It fits onto one another. So I always feel that if we are just able to be in the present moment, right now, what am I supposed to do? I give it my best. I just give it my best. Yeah. So I hope it helps you. So letting go of all these worries is going to help. Not expecting too much from yourself, but giving your best, it will help, right? So you are right. When we are working, we can't just switch our mind to meditation mind, but we can actually allow ourselves to relax a little bit. When you find that you are so stressed up, you know you can't continue to put in that focus and right effort anymore. I would say that, I always tell them, if you are too tired, please go back, relax to the max. Your boss probably won't encourage you to do that, but there are some employers who actually know that working is very stressful. So if you do have the opportunity to go for a cup of tea or just even gazing into some greeneries or whatever, just taking 10, we don't always stop at 3 breaths, okay? Because sometimes 3 breaths is just so quick. Maybe just 10 breaths. 10 breaths is only 1 minute. I'm quite sure your boss will allow you to relax just for 1 minute because you're going to perform even better after that 1 minute of relaxation. Relax, relax, relax. When we are relaxed, our breath will probably be about 10 breaths per minute when we are really relaxed. It won't be so fast. Yeah, so give you that kind of time and space to distance yourself when you find that the stress is just building up. I hope it helps. I mean, as monks and nuns, we are also working very hard. You can ask Ayya Sunata here. Sometimes it's just one job after another. So what do we do? Sometimes I think I have done enough for today. I'm going to, in Chinese we call, I'm going to kill cup, put my legs up. I'll get a cup of tea before I take on another job. Yeah, because I was also in the working class before I before I became a full-time family housewife, and then before I became a nun. And I know that working out there is really stressful because you have expectation from certain departments, your boss, also from yourself. Yeah, it's all very stressful. That's why meditation is something that we can learn to help us go easy on our life. Because first and foremost, you learn how to let go, right? Second thing, when you actually train yourself to meditate and be still in your body and mind, we can actually become we can become sharper in the mind because we can focus. Meditation teaches us to focus, not having the scattered mind running all over the world and worrying yourself to death. Yeah, I mean, this is my own experience. Yeah, I was like any of you. I'm starting meditation and then not finding my direction at first. But after years of practice, I find that meditation really does help me. So first, when you do meditation, you can really sharpen your mind. You can focus your mind. And then once your mind is able to focus and be more peaceful, I won't say very still, because our mind moves so fast, a lot of things actually distract us. So if you are able to focus a little bit, you are sharper a little bit in your mind, you can really observe things better. You can really see things better. A lot of times some people ask us, how do you know this thing is going to happen? Not because we have psychic power, no. It's because you are actually able to see the conditions around certain situations. And you more or less think that, well, if this is going to continue like this, this will happen. We don't have psychic power, but you can observe that certain things are happening. You can observe. And then because you are able to observe, you can analyze the situation. And when you can analyze the situation, then you can respond with more positive solutions. Most of the time we react, most of us just react according to situations. But if our minds are trained to be calm and to be focused, it can help us in many situations. Yeah. So I hope that during your time, if you find that it's too stressful, even going back to a home, going back to a family, when you go back, sometimes your wife or your partner, or if you have, you say, oh, I have had such a bad day, and then your children will come and say, mommy, daddy, this and that. Oh, I've had enough for today. Can you please leave me alone? Yeah, all these things are very stressful. I know it's a very stressful world out there now. Even for us monastics, we do feel the stress sometimes because it's a different kind of monastic livelihood that we have now. Although we are supposed to be forest monastics, the amount of work we are taking up upon our shoulders are not easy. So we just learn how to let go. That's the reason why every day without fail, morning, first thing in the morning, prayers, chanting, meditation, just to calm down your mind. Right? Evening, before going to bed, sit in group meditation, calm down your mind. If you want to do some loving kindness meditation, yeah, calm down your mind and go to bed with more peaceful mind. Because if your mind is very stressful, it's even hard to just sit down here for not, say, 1 hour. Half an hour is like torture. And certain times you just can't sit. You just need to move up and go somewhere and get the job done, or just totally distance yourself from whatever. Yeah. So sometimes when we are doing sitting meditation, and you can't really concentrate on the meditation, right? Go out and do walking meditation. Have you all been taught walking meditation? Walking meditation is something that doesn't need the full focus on the breath, because the breath is very subtle. It's very hard to find the focus on the breath when it's so subtle, and when your mind is not still. I wouldn't even talk about unification of the mind. We are talking about stilling of the mind first, right? So if your mind is really very active and full of anxiety or kind of restlessness, okay, go for walking meditation. Because when we are doing walking meditation, we have something to focus on, something gross, not something subtle. The mind is very subtle and the breath is very subtle. So when you do walking meditation, your mind is actually with the footsteps, and it's easier to have something so gross like that for you to calm down your body and mind. And when you find that you actually are able to calm down your mind, then maybe you want to choose sitting down. It does help. But even walking meditation alone, it can lead you to really stillness of the mind. You can experience a kind of stillness in the mind just by walking. Your mind, because for us we don't teach the three steps of lifting, 3 steps of pushing, and 3 steps of stepping. We just go lift, step, lift, push, step, lift, push. 3 simple steps. Your mind just need to follow the movement of your feet. That's all. Yeah, very simple, and it helps us to settle down our mind. Yeah. So when we find life too stressful, please love yourself. Love yourself. Do something that you really can do. I mean, in the workplace, I'm not sure how your circumstances are. I have no idea what kind of bosses you have. But I'm quite sure nowadays a lot of bosses are very kind. They do understand that you cannot expect your employees to work and pay full attention for how many hours a day? 8 hours a day nowadays working? I'm not too sure, right? So sometimes lunchtime you have to rush to gobble up your lunch and then go back to work. It's very stressful. So please, in between, take a 1-minute break. Love yourself. Relax. If you need a drink, relax. But don't be lazy. Don't overindulge. Don't be that deceptive. You're being paid to do a job. So we just give our best. But we have to know what kind of mental states we have, right? If we are not able to focus and concentrate, you are not going to give quality work anyway. Yeah. So this is the reason why Lord Buddha was telling Sariputta, if you really cannot focus on your meditation, Sariputta was nodding. Yeah. So Lord Buddha was asking him to find various ways to see whether he can actually become more focused on the meditation. And when the Buddha says that if you have tried everything, like washing your face, pulling your ears, opening your eyes, whatever, if you can't really meditate, please go back and sleep. Yeah, be kind to yourself. We have to be kind to ourselves, right? As I say, don't be lazy, don't overindulge being kind to yourself until you become like a lazy bum. Yeah. So yeah, find a balance there. Hope it helps. Yeah. Sometimes just closing your eyes and just focusing on your breath. If you don't want to focus on your breath because it's a bit difficult, focus on the rising and falling of your abdomen. Okay? Now the trick is that if you really want to relax, you don't let even when your eyes are closed, you don't let your eyeballs look outwards. Let your eyeballs look downwards on the nose area. You can find the difference there. Our teacher will know whether our mind is wandering or not by looking at our eyeballs when we are meditating. You can't escape them. When your eyeballs are moving up or down, left or right, they know that you are very restless. So that is how we can help ourselves focus downwards. So when you're actually focusing downwards and when your mind starts to be calm, you can find a sensation of the waves of happiness, joy coming inwards. Yeah? Yeah. So just try to let go. Really must learn how to let go. But of course, let go towards is so easy to say, but it's so hard to do because the moment you say let go, your mind starts to think of something else. Then you pull it back, it thinks of something else. That's our untrained mind. Yeah? Yeah, so samsara is like that. Our mind works so fast, we are led by the mind to do this, to do that, to speak this, to speak that. Looking for peace, but can't find peace. The more we look for peace, we can't find it. So the teacher always tells us, be in the present moment. Don't look for anything. You'll never find it. Be in the present moment. Enjoy the present moment because the present moment builds up to the next future. I know it's very difficult. I've been struggling for so many years. Finally, I think I managed to get a little bit of it. Yeah, it's really not easy because the Buddha's teaching is profound. If we are able to understand it, it is really easy to practice. If we cannot get the technique, we cannot understand the Buddha's teachings, then we really have to sort of feel our way around and slowly build up the experience there. Yeah, don't be too harsh on yourself. Yeah, but do meditate. Meditation is very important for our life. Whether you want to meditate to go into jhanas or not, it doesn't matter. Jhanas will happen anytime suddenly when you let go of everything. But with meditation, you learn how to take care of your health. You learn how to take care of your body. You learn how to take care of your mind. You learn how not to be too stressed out. Okay? All right. Does that answer your question? Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Ayya, for that full masterclass on meditation. Let's check if there are any online questions. Are there any other questions in the hall?
Yeah. Okay. So usually when I do meditation with a whole group like all of you who have already been practicing, I usually refuse to say anything during the meditation because for me personally, when I'm meditating, I don't want to hear somebody talking. If we are all very new, inexperienced meditators, yes, some guidelines, some guidance will be useful, but not throughout. It's very, very disturbing. And this is the reason why group sits are important. For 1 hour, you see that 1 hour passed so quickly, right? Because all of you are able to sit. You have your own technique. I don't know what techniques you're using, metta meditation, breath meditation, visualizing, whatever. But at least you were able to sit there. And it's the collective energy here, right, that supports us. If we were at home and we are sitting in our home, just a little bit of irritation, we'll just get up, go to bed, or do something else. That's why group meditation is so important. And this place is open so many days a week now, right? So many days a week. Just come and meditate. Yeah, come and meditate instead of going out to fulfill, indulgence to satisfy your sense desires. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. Meditation is going to help us because it will calm our mind down. It will help us to be more peaceful. You go out for indulgences like watching TV shows or soccer games or whatever, I don't know. It just sort of like, instill a lot of energy in a very negative manner. For me, at least, I feel it's not positive. Yeah, so stillness and seclusion, that's what the Buddha always mentioned. You have to be secluded and be still. Then you can really find peace and happiness. Yep, all good? Okay, all right. So good night. I'm not sure whether I'm able to do a little bit of dedication of merits in Pali. Okay, because I'm not very clear about your background when it comes to spirituality, but I feel that because we have all come here to do something very wonderful, to really be pure in body, speech, and mind, and we really want to share this very wholesome time that we have together with the beings who may be around us, whether, as the Metta Sutta has mentioned, whether near or far away, seen or not seen, born or to be born. Yeah, may all beings be well and happy. So also may the devas who are protecting us from afar, we also wish to share whatever merits we have accumulated with all of them too. If you allow me, my sister Nan and I would love to chant this dedication of merits. Right? And the last part is really for our departed loved ones. They may be waiting for all of us to dedicate merits to them so that they can move on to another existence, right? A good existence, we hope. As a Buddhist nun, I always hope that they can connect with the Buddha and the teachings and the Holy Sangha, and then be on the Holy Eightfold Path until we become awakened and get ourselves out of the mess of samsara that we got ourselves into. Nobody to blame, we ourselves got ourselves into here. Okay, so if you're ready, you just listen to the rhythm. I do enjoy all these things because it's in Pali, not that I'm good in Pali, but it's very rhythmic and very calming. Okay, and it's really words of gratefulness to all beings. All right. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Akasat satta ca buddhatta deva naga mahittika punyang tang anumoditva charang ratkantu loka sasanang akasatta ca buddhatta deva naga mahittika punyang tang anumoditva charang ratkantu desanang akasatta ca buddhatta deva naga mahittika punyang tang anumoditva charang ratkantu mang parang Ettavata jamhehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Ettavata jamhehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe bhutta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Ettavata jamhehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idam bonyatinang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo idam bonyatinang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo idam bonyatinang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So thank you for giving us this chance to share some Dhamma and meditation experience with all of you. We hope that all of you will continue to practice daily. And please come back here whenever this place is open. Yeah, have a group meditation together. The energy is always very different because we are all having the like-minded kind of energy here. So it's going to support us even better. Okay? If you have any questions, please be happy to ask. Okay, as I say, a lot of questions can be asked during meditation interviews during the day retreat, but certain questions can benefit everybody here. Please don't be shy, just ask. We'll try our best to answer them. If I can't answer it, I'll refer you all to Ajahn Brahm. Okay, thank you. Good night.